far. Right, cheeky third gear, 40 mile an hour. There's a boost. This car is so good. Listen to it. Get some burbles. 40 mile an hour, 3,500 RPM. Right, so turn that down. I've just pulled into JW. There's a tractor coming. Just pulled over by the side of the road. There is an RS that we just shot for the channel and an RS6 sat next to it for sale. Mate, well, I can't afford it. There's a tractor in the way now. Look at this. I want that. That is the coolest thing. This is cool, don't get me wrong. A lot of people out there would have that. Mate, this is the goal. It's a facelift, blue, black wheels. I don't know how much that is. I bet that's loads of money in it. Let's reverse. 52,995. Nice. Parked up. What? Oh, hold on. Yeah, FYD. Link in the description. And there we are. Work commute done. We have a few cars here. This has been on the channel. This has been on the channel. This has recently been on the channel. This is always on the channel. Variety. We do have the green Fiesta just over here. Now what I'm probably going to do is not actually show you guys fully. I want to do an update video on that because a lot has happened and then it went out with a customer, so a lot has happened with that car. A lot of things have changed. It's got a livery on it as well, which is pretty cool. So I will show you that in a separate video because I think it deserves its own video just to go with the series that's already happened. Now I've just got confirmation of a little update that I need to show you guys on the cheap Mazda. We actually did this for the channel. It did actually very well, which is surprising. Very, very happy with the video that we did on this, but a few things have changed because I need to update you guys as we go. It is currently open. As you can see, it is you know, paint's still there, but it's getting wrapped. Don't worry, let's go in here because many things have changed. MX-5 owners out there might know the door cards don't look like this. They have been completely basically gutted, sort of like a club sport idea with a grab there, and yeah, some really nice sort of Alcantara material, which is really cool. Gear knob here, new gear knob, but the thing to point out is this has been changed. So you usually have a tunnel here. Of course, this is a project car, so don't mind that bit, but there's usually a tunnel here. Now I actually shot a 300 horsepower turbo one many moons ago that had this very similar mod done where you actually take the center console out and put just some carpet in, and this one's had it as well, and I feel like it's a better driving experience sometimes when you actually have this bit of carpet here instead. It just gives it more of a club sport vibe. Also, little Takata dish steering wheel with the door card done that side as well, so the inside of this car is getting on. The owner is constantly doing stuff, so of course I will update you guys as soon as things happen, and of course it will change colour in the not so distant future. We'll probably show you guys more of that when it happens. So you guys know full well, sorry about the workshop noise in the background, you guys know or may have not have seen the last video of We Need a Chat. If not, go back on the channel, have a look. I'm just about to go through the comments. I tried to, especially over the last few years, not look at the comment section on YouTube because it just, sometimes it's just a horrible place. You guys know that. There's probably nice comments on this video if I'm honest, but thank you to everybody that left nice comments. I'm going to have a look now, opening the laptop. I'm going to see what the comments are. I'm going to respond to them. I want to see what the deal is. I want to see what you guys have said. I've been on social media and had a look at the comments on there, and they were all positive. People, you know, messaging me and stuff. So thank you so much to everybody out there that's just reached out and just said, you know, what they feel and stuff about the channel, whatever it is. But I appreciate that more than anything. But I'm going to go on the YouTube video and find out what the deal is now. Right, so I've just finished the gym. Sorry in advance for the way I look. Very sweaty mess. So yeah, it was about a week ago I put a video up basically explaining my concerns with the channel, the way YouTube is, the way social media is, the comment sections, everything. And I've sort of let that video thrive on the internet as much as I can, basically for about a week and a day I think it's been up. I didn't want to react straight away to the video. I didn't want to sort of do anything with that video in regards to talking about it until I'd really just understood where I was going with it. I actually have my laptop next to me just to sort of clarify what I'm talking about more than anything, because I don't want to just rant on. And although I'll have a good rant about stuff sometimes, issues on the internet and issues with the channel and stuff is something we need to talk about. And I did go through every comment. There was 140 comments, I think, on the last video. If you haven't watched that video and you've got to this part and you're like wondering what the hell I'm on about, please go back to that video and actually watch it. It's just expressing my concerns with the channel, the view counts, just everything, and being confused as to where we're really going with all of this. I never want to put a glaze over and act like it's all fine, and I don't see it. When I do, I see it on a daily basis. It's my job. It's my job to do this. It's my job to sort of experience every part of YouTube, but also notify you guys and make you guys sort of be very knowledgeable and understand, as well as I, understanding that sometimes when it's not working, things need to change. So yeah, I did do sort of a base video that you may have seen on Sunday about me dewrapping the M4. Yeah, the first thing I got from the comment section was how much of a bad idea that car was to buy. It's in two minds, yes and no. That car was a great buy for me because I think it made me feel like I'd accomplished a lot in the space, and it's something that I'd always wanted. I always wanted an M car, as you guys may or may not know. I want to go through Audi RS range, which I think we've already done. Want to go through the M car range. I feel like I bought the wrong M car, and I've said that to death now. I do feel like I bought the wrong car because I should have bought an older one. 46 would have been a better idea, I think, or a 92. And they didn't like the content on it, and I appreciate that because we've always been surrounded by older stuff, and that's where my niche always was older or relatively inexpensive cars, in a sense that you could go and buy pretty much anything that was on the channel. That was the idea. If not, it was some mad build that you'd always wanted to aspire to have. The M4 slots in the category where I feel like when I was buying it, and this we're just assessing comments and stuff from that last video. I feel like I was buying it, yeah, it's a nice thing to drive around in. I didn't really like it from the start, but I feel like a lot of people out there aspired to have one, so I wanted to see what the deal was and put my money where my mouth is, and unfortunately I don't think a lot of people got that. I don't think a lot of people wanted to see it either. If I'm honest, the money should have gone elsewhere, and I know that now, and it's something that I won't be doing in the future. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, we'll be obviously doing a garage update because I need to update you guys with what's gone and what's not. Of course, you know what's gone and what's not, but yeah, the M4 is of course dewrapped and ready to roll. So yeah, like we're going over to Haven't in the not so distant future. So yeah, that's just assessing the first thing. I did see a lot of people saying they just didn't like the way the M4 was on the channel, and yeah, I know I should have probably, after the Ram, gone and got something more sensible and maybe built a car based around daily driving, so like some diesel Audi, or something that you guys may be interested in more than a performance car in that sector, because I do feel like it's definitely overrun on YouTube. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming on and sort of showing me that side of it, because I'd already sort of understood it from my end that it just didn't do very well. But no selling that. And the other comment was, why did you spend all that money on an M4? You could have bought a Sierra Cosworth. It's not the same car. Doesn't do the same job. It's taking my kids to school. Oh yeah, you could daily drive a Sierra Cosworth all day long, but values are very different. You can't PCP or finance a bloody well, you can, but you should. Well, you should really, because they're going up. But like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. I wanted a nice daily driver that we could do stuff for on the channel that I could jump in and go to Scotland in. And yeah, you know how I feel about it at the moment. It's just a funny one. So yeah, we will be, of course, doing other things with the M4 in the not so distant future, because of course I do feel like, and I'm not ranting on again, but I do feel like it's dead. That car is no more at the end of the day. It's not worth me carrying on with it. The next thing was, and a big thing that I tried a couple of months ago, you guys may have seen it. If you're not, the views do show that no one really watched them, was don't do daily videos. The content isn't there and there's no structure to the videos. I always thought I was capturing the day from a creative point of view. I was capturing the day bang on. So what's in the workshop, what's going on, what cool cars are outside, what's happening, and just sort of letting the day unfold. But again, there is no structure to that because you're not really sure what's coming. And that sometimes makes it really hard as a creator, or really exciting because something pulls up and you're like, oh my God, look at this is the sickest thing. And sometimes people took that as me overreacting to stuff. When if a Series 1 RS Turbo pulled up into the car park and I'm a creator, I'm like, mate, look at that, that is so sick, I love these cars, blah blah, getting really excited about it. And that sometimes shows on camera that I'm forcing the content, maybe because I've been sat in cars sometimes and not necessarily forcing anything. I just sometimes get excited about cars, and I feel like that's sometimes portrayed in the wrong way because I was trying. And this isn't against, you know, people watching the channel and thinking that I'm doing something that I'm not, but I do get excited about cars. Like when I see a car in traffic, I'm like, mate, look at that, that is so cool. Like, I do that anyway. That's not me overreacting for camera. A lot of people were saying that I butt in and talk over people in certain situations as well, and I think that's just because we're excited. I'm not that person. A lot of people know me or don't know me, but yeah, I'm not that person to say. Honestly, the comment section was, although it was very consistent, there was a few odd comments of me just like being arrogant and talking over people, which I couldn't be any. I don't feel like I am. But when you're in a situation where someone's not very comfortable on camera and they're sort of talking about stuff that you guys don't really care about, of course I'm going to try and move the conversation on and not butting in, but of course I'll try and move the conversation on because you guys don't want to hear about what colour Whitey's walls are. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I feel like because there's other people on camera, sometimes the in-person footage isn't the same as the on-camera footage where we're just always having a laugh and people are talking like, oh yeah, that's cool, oh yeah, I know, it's really cool, oh, blah blah, look at this red, oh, da, 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 da. Like, you know, it just sort of rolls off the tongue sometimes. And yeah, I can appreciate sometimes on camera it does come over as just butting in, or, you know, that person talking over that person. It really isn't like that. In person, if you're talking with your mates and you're having a laugh, then you'll know the deal. But yeah, structure of video, no content on the daily videos, and I appreciate that. I think, you know, yeah, going forward there shouldn't be daily videos. I made myself really ill trying to do the daily videos, and I don't think you guys appreciated it, and all the work that I put in wasn't really seen. YouTube dumped the videos quicker than I put them up. So the next thing was buying, and this is consistent along most of the comments on that video, buy another project car. Yes, buy another project car is cool, but I can't hang on to them. Bigger channels, you will see, I don't need to name them, you probably watch them. It's great for them because they have the money and resources to keep these cars to one side. I really don't have the money, so I use the money from one car to build another car. That's how we've done it since day one. Unfortunately, the lines are blurred constantly, and I know I'll see funny comments in this video, but the lines are blurred where reality meets YouTube. Reality for me is owning this lovely car, doing one up and having a daily driver, and maybe one in between. Buying a car, crash damaged, drift car, 1,000 horsepower, every month is not a reality for you watching this video, let alone me. So there's no way I can do that. There's no way. Something has to go for me to buy something else. I don't mind doing that, and I get a lot of stick for doing it, but I always feel that that's the best way to move forward because the money is there. If the money isn't there, how am I supposed to build a car? Because YouTube don't pay very well. So yes, cheaper project cars are great, and again, going back to the M4, maybe that money should have been used going forward, but I wanted a nice daily driver for a minute while we had the Series 1, while we're doing up the 106, while the Cadillac was getting its bits and bobs done, while we're shooting other people's cars. It was the right thing to do at the time. Now, it's not the right thing to do, so of course we'll assess that. But yeah, a cheaper project car is a great idea, but of course I'll need to wait until one of the cars is gone for me to do that. I know which direction I've got. I'm going to go back to my list of cars I've always wanted to, like, not build crazy fire-breathing things, but like something cool. Just off the top of my head, Lexus GS400 with a Desire manufactured body kit. I feel like a really cool, or a BN style body kit, and maybe turbocharge that car. I think that would be really cool. Or, you know, that's a Mark II, or a 3GS again, lower it wheels and just do a budget daily build. Some sort of big Audi, I think like an A8 would be quite nice, or a VW Phaeton, and just show the idea of that, lower it wheels, but also understand why they're so cheap. And a Porsche Cayenne, some sort of 4x4, jacket up, big mud tyres, and actually take it off-road and stuff. I think would be quite cool. This isn't the usual stuff that you'll see other channels, but that's what I like doing, so that's the way I'm going to go with it. Those sort of cars, I've sort of done the whole French hot hatch small thing. We've done that. We've done the M car thing. We've done the RS thing, Audi thing. We've done the Ford RS thing because I won't buy no one. I think these are the best generation. I don't mind saying that out loud because I feel like that's the right thing to say because this is an awesome car. And yeah, just sort of clawing back some of the Japanese fans as well. I think you know, we've really lost our way with Japanese things, because I mean, look at the side of the wall. Yes, there's a Ford sat here, but there's Rowalt 911 and a HKS flag. Like, I love Japanese cars. It's just a shame they're so expensive. But yeah, we'll find ourselves into a new Japanese car really soon. And again, just trying to assess comments and just trying to not get back to people and go, oh well, no, you're wrong. That's not the idea of this video. It's more like we're chatting, because I don't do enough of this. And you know, I started the Patreon because we're going to do more of this chatting sort of stuff on there. So Patreon, link in description. But reviews are great, but they've been done to death. And I do feel like, yes, and that's literally why I started doing daily videos, because the daily videos were still incorporating cars, but they weren't focusing on one car. And I do feel like reviews are fantastic. Bigger channels than me have really seen a hit in, if they're not doing some 1,000 horsepower one-off build, the videos don't do as well as they should. And I'm identical the same. And I'm videoing this now today when it goes up. So the R33 750 horsepower car that we shot at the weekend, this is a perfect scenario. That was shot, we put it up, fantastic car. I love the video, I love the edit, but it's done half as many views as me de-wrapping the M4, because I changed the way that both videos were shot and both ways that they were put up in front of you guys. And it proved to me that although doing review stuff and trying a little bit hard is great, sometimes it doesn't get picked up like the other stuff does. And that's a perfect scenario. If you go back on the channel, you will see the R33 is at something like, I'm gonna say 5,000 views. It's not enough for the risk, the editing time, you know. And again, this is a business. I'm trying to be very frank with you guys. It isn't worth the risk or the editing time to get that many views. Whereas me de-wrapping a car to possibly get rid of it in the not so distant future, that gets twice as many. I think it's like over 10,000 views just because I worded it differently. It's mad. That's just the way it is. But the content on the R33 was a lot better. It was a lot more engaging. It was a lot more exciting. There was a lot more done with the video, but it just doesn't go as far. So yeah, reviews, I like the idea of reviews, but it's done, innit? It's done, let's be honest. I think car builds would be better, just got to have the money for the car builds. And yeah, there's a lot more car channels in the industry now, and you need to refine your niche, and that was a concerning, consistent comment I saw. And I couldn't agree more. That's literally why I kept changing the channel so much, to refine the niche. I feel like the niche was back when we really started this. I was filming every car under the sun. Now there's better YouTubers out there filming better cars consistently every day, putting a new different car up, and that's really, really cool for them. I can't do that. I'm on the Isle of Wight. I can't do that consistency. I can't do. I can't drive, and that sounds silly. And I've shot every car under the sun, but I'm a car enthusiast. I'm not a car. Oh, this Nissan. I'm going to say the Qashqai because it's the first time that comes to my head. Why is this Nissan Qashqai so good at being a car? And that's never what I wanted. I wanted to drive like the cool stuff that you aspire to drive, not the stuff that is like mediocre. I never wanted to do that, and I know that fills some boots, but there's channels that are doing that. I always just wanted to be like hot hatches, fun Japanese cars, cool old Fords, you know, and old cars in general. That's the way we always wanted it to be, and it was great at the start. Hondas, fucking everything, like every single cool Honda supercharged turbo, all that sort of stuff, French stuff, like all of that, we'd done it all, and there's nothing really else I can drive, let's be honest, that is going to really take my breath away, because I've done it all. We've been doing this nearly 8 years, and there's only so much you can do of the same content. And yeah, bigger car channels are doing bigger builds, bigger car features, cars I've never even seen in my entire life, and I'm like, wow, there's a 1,000 horsepower something there, bathtub, wow, that's crazy. Like that's the scenario, is that, you know, some of these bigger channels they're having to get those cars because they're the only ones that do well for them. And yeah, refinding your niche. I mean, my niche initially was just everyday cars. That lasted a fair few years because no one else was really doing it. Then I think the market exploded into, and I'm not saying I'm the first person ever reviewed, do not get me wrong, I'm not the first person that's ever reviewed a car, but like the market changed where it would only be really nice, expensive, crazy builds, or stuff that was done on a driveway. Go and look at the views on stuff. That's just the way it is. Maybe that's YouTube, maybe it's the view count, I don't know.
But I do feel like refinding the niche for the channel is what I'm going to try and do over the next 6-month period. I'm not sure where the niche still is though, because the niche I used to have is dead. So it's hard for me to find a new niche, especially based around cars that I do on a daily basis, because of course you still want the content to be relatively your style. You want it to be for you, for the people that, you know, watch, for everything that you're doing. It needs to be easily obtainable so you can consistently keep up with it. And that sometimes is the hardest thing, because there's no way consistently I can shoot 1,000 horsepower cars for the channel. So I don't think I've ever driven a 1,000 horsepower car, let alone been around one. But yeah, like that's the reality. Like sometimes that's the way it is. Can't do drag racing. I'm on the Isle of Wight. There's no tarmacked airfield, let alone one that's going to let you do anything like that on it. So yeah, just sort of assessing the conversation and the comments from the last video. There was no nasty ones. There's one saying I was a chav. I thought I was the last chavvy person in the world, but apparently I'm not. But yeah, that was weird. But like 99.9999% of the comments were really, really productive and nice from you guys, because you saw the difference, you saw the change, you saw what was going on, and then you gave your information, your perspective as to what should happen going forward. So I'm taking that all on board, as I've said. I've written a full thing down for this part of the video. But yeah, I feel like what I've got planned, and I hate to be the guy that says this, but what I've got planned hopefully should be something you guys are interested in. But I want to make sure it is, because I don't want to just force feed you guys absolute crap down the internet, because that's never my intention. I just wanted to show someone that likes cars on the internet, and I get to go through the motions of different cars and manufacturers and different brands and different builds and whatever's going on. That was the whole idea. It was never to like force feed a brand down your throat, or people only like Fords, I better go and do some Ford content. That was never the idea, because to be fair, I'd go and drive a 1965 Mustang. No one cares about a 1965 Mustang, but when I say old Ford, I either think of this Series 1 or a Mustang, but no one likes Mustangs. So it's hard for me to sort of go and, chase down that content when it's not readily available and no one cares. So yeah, a bit of a funny one. But I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to go, of course, the last thing I'm going to say is, some people were a bit aggravated that I don't get back to comments on YouTube. So from your point of view, that makes me look like I'm arrogant and horrible and I don't look at the comments. For my mental health, I don't look at the comments all the time. There is some really nasty people on this platform. They consistently are disgusting, and they do not like their lives, your lives, any life, whatever's going on, and they will say the most disgusting things. I do not want that in my head when I'm going to pick my daughter up from school. I don't want that at any point in my day, and I shouldn't have to put up with it. That's why I don't. If you want to leave a nice comment, if you want to actually talk to me, come to social media. I'm always there. YouTube comments are great, but you can hide behind a screen, you can hide behind a name all day long. That's nothing against whoever wants to do that, because do what you like with your life, but I don't want that in my head. Most of it isn't, like 99% of it isn't true or whatever, other than, it's people saying like, oh, I like red cars, and oh, I like this white car. It's silly stuff like that. It's like on that level. Yeah, I don't want to have that in my head, so I don't do it. Basically, I'm not letting my mental health be swayed by some random person hiding behind a screen name on YouTube that tells me I'm fat and horrible and should go and do one. So yeah, that's sometimes why I don't get back to YouTube comments, because I don't feel like it's a nice place to be. YouTube has really cracked down on it, but it's still there. All day long it's still there. So, and I'm not willing to put up with any of it. I don't in my normal life. I've never had it in my normal life, let alone now. But that's just the way YouTube is. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much. Again, leave some nice comments below, or tell me I'm completely wrong. But hopefully the direction the channel is going is going to do really well, and I hope it does, because it doesn't just benefit me, it benefits you guys, and not benefit filling my pockets. I will just go and build cooler cars and go and shoot better things and stuff. That's how this all works. It all goes back into itself. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it big time. Again, the Patreon is down there if you guys just want to have a look at it. Leave some comments about it. If you want me to change anything on it, more than happy to. And again, saying this at the last bit of the video, if you guys are still watching, there is a podcast coming. I'm going to make it really, really cool. I want it to be normal. I want it to be as it flies from a normal person's point of view, from a normal budget point of view. Not like, I've got £100,000. What colour should I have my Porsche? Silliness. Like, no one has that life. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys watch that coming. It's going to be really cool. And, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.